I'm a second generation rice farmer. 80% of my acres are dedicated to rice production. This will be my 20th crop since I graduated from Mississippi State University in agricultural economics. We're back here in the first week of February after going through our tillage program, and which basically we begin after duck season, and fields that we have either not been able to prepare for the following spring tillage in the fall, or the fields that we leave flooded for waterfowl. We'll now go in and begin the process of smoothing those fields out if there are ruts left from the prior harvest, and we don't disturb the soil, so any waste grain that is still on the soil surface we try to leave for waterfowl. And now after the season has ended, we'll go back and we'll try to incorporate the rice stubble and root masses back into the soil to build it up, as well as start the decomposition process so we can start the process of preparing a good seed bed. The soils here are a heavy clay. It's a Sharkey clay soil. That's its classification. Obviously, with the amount of clay in it, it's very sticky. So some of the most opportune times to operate is when it's either really dry or when it's very wet. It'll not stick to the tracks or stick to the tires. So some of the best opportunities we have to work our soils, especially in the wintertime, are when you do have a shallow flood on it. The track tractors that we have, they will actually float on top of the soils without creating ruts that would be challenging to plant through, and certainly would hold water as we start to dry the fields up. You know, when you're going over a piece of ground, the further you can spread your footprint, the less compaction you have. It's easier to farm, for one thing, and then when you're just putting 4 tires or even 8 tires on the ground, you're really mashing that soil down and packing it. And you know, you make better crops, you know, on soil that's not as compacted. If you're not really used to it, it's kind of a surreal experience. You know, when you're riding on top of the water and you can't see what's below it per se, and it's hard to find the ditches, and it's hard to really know what you're doing. But with the mapping software, and certainly with the, you know, all the technologies that it does bring, it does make it to where it's you know, a process that's challenging, but it's still workable and workable in a you know, very efficient manner. The fuel efficiency has been great for the Challenger tractors, and the Sisu engines provide a lot of horsepower, as well as with the power management program, which is basically a cruise control set on the tractors. We're able to not have to stop and fill up as much, so we feel like we have an advantage over these engines, these tractors, as our competitors are. They're very fuel efficient, as well as in spring, summer, and fall, and winter. We're using them year-round, and they're able to perform in what I would consider some of the most challenging conditions in agriculture. My guys do appreciate the fact that the cabs are very comfortable, plenty of room, nice amenities from, you know, built-in coolers to air conditioning and radios to all those things that operators like, as well as just the basic comfort that the cushioned cab and the air ride suspensions, that they do allow you to put in those 12, 14-hour, 15-hour days without excessive driver fatigue. The Thompson group, who sells and services all the way from the people at the service desk, as well as the parts people, as well as the mechanics in the field, they keep us going. They're constantly doing updates, as well as keeping me going when I do have breakdowns, and they work when we work. Even if it's kind of a normal downtime for a lot of growers, we're working. We're still burning fuel, and we're still in need of repairs and service. And they've been a great partner in agriculture for us to work with for the last, you know, 15 or 20 years, and really value that relationship.